What's up, nerds? We're coming here with a new Total War Warhammer 2 campaign. I'm here with Awaken Moth.
What's going on? This is Awaken Moth back on the video. Today we with VikingNerdRage, right?
Yeah, good enough. Alright, so we're going to play a co-op campaign for Mortal Empires. I'm going to play as Manfred von Karstein from Sylvania, the Vampires. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's jump in.
What's your guys' favorite classes in this game? Leave in the comment section below.
Personally, I'm really into the Lizardmen, probably because they're heavily armored and so they don't die fast, because I suck with the Skaven and other factions that die really quickly.
Yeah, I prefer the dwarfs.
Yeah,
They're heavily armored. Kind of hard to kill them, depending on what you're fighting.
Alright, here we are, turn number 1. We got Awaken Moth over here. He is in the mountains. I'm down here in the plains, the vampiric corruption plains. Probably surrounded by a couple extra vampires over here. I think to the west there's going to be there's like Empire and Bretonnia out there. I have such good options for some soldiers. I got some skeletons, some zombies, some direwolves. You know what? I like direwolves because they piss me off when people use against me, so I'm going to have some. What can we build? I was like getting Graveguard, which means I need to have this barrow. How do I get that? Alright, so I need to upgrade my main settlement to rank 2, and then I can build the barrow, which gets me Graveguard. Graveguards are really good because they're good frontline units. The vampires need that because they start off with these really weak zombie and skeletons. I feel like they can't really do much, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get that. I like to do leadership because my early zombie units in early game tend to run away very easily, so leadership's pretty important. So it looks like we got a vampire guy over here lurking, and because I'm a vampire and Awaken Moth is a dwarf, everybody around us who's in our own faction is going to be pissed off because we're allied with the enemy technically, which is fine. I'll just kill them all. I think we're going to want some more soldiers, probably some skeletons since we can't really do much else right now. Recruit some of them. Check on our village upgrade. We're going to need a couple turns for that, so we'll wait on that. Alright, so we got some extra leadership for our zombies and skeleton in our Graveguard. So we got some more technology. That's good. That'll help. Pretty close to getting a 20 stack. I got 14 troops here. I'm going to probably want to send him over to these guys. So let's get a couple more skeletons. Pretty much just going to have like a all skeleton army to start with. Just overwhelm our enemies. Let's get some more technology in this tree since it gives me bonuses with Graveguard eventually, which is going to be one of my main units. So we're going to go with that. Looks like we got some confederations going on. The greenskins are starting to join forces, which isn't good. Do you know where they are, Awaken Moth? Black Crag and Bloody Spears?
I know the Black Crag is right under me.
Yeah, it's
right
south of you by Grand Peak.
Bar.
Alright, I can see that. So maybe they're out of sight, like south of us or something. No, that's fine. We'll deal with them when the time comes. Looks like my main settlement upgrade just completed this turn, so I'm going to build my barrow so that in 2 turns I can start building Graveguard, which is going to be super helpful. I don't think I need to recruit any more troops. I'm going to go ahead and actually try to attack the Vampire Lords over here. So I'm not really even going to try to confederate with anyone because they're going to be pissed off at me for being an ally with a dwarf. Goddamn dwarves. So looks like next turn I can attack. Or is it this turn? No, I can actually do it this turn. Alright, looks like they've got really not much for an army. I mean, we pretty much have the same kind of army. I have slightly more troops though. So let's go ahead and fight the battle. We're going to go ahead and get just huge front line of skeletons and just charge the shit out of them. Our crypticals we'll put in the back. They can kind of back up where they're needed. We got some zombies, same deal. We'll back them up where they're needed. We got a little bit of flanking units. We can get our direwolves on the hills over here. Maybe we can screw with them from behind. We got a monster. Put him behind the front line. He can help out where needed as well. The bats can go with the wolves. Our leader will go right here. So what does he have to start out with for magic? Spirit Leech, good against a single opponent. That'll be good if I'm trying to kill his lord. We've got Master of the Black Arts. Basically just increases his magic reserves. Group these guys together. Group those guys. All right, let's do this.
The first battle starting up.
It's not even gonna be fair watch.
Oh, good.
We got their direwolves and bats coming in on the right side, which I have pretty much the exact same thing. I'm going to just go ahead and bait them back. I don't want them to engage and kind of just waste them. Come on, guys. Fast forward a little bit. Spirit Leech, the enemy lord. Probably going to duel him one-on-one. Alright, guys, I'm going to just rotate these guys. See, this is a problem you don't want to have. The right side is close to the enemy army when you have the left side really far away. So you guys got to make sure that you rotate early on. All right, here is the bats. So let's get the bats taken care of. See if we can send in some of the dudes to help out. Since they're isolated, they're not going to be able to do much. This is also a mistake. Don't send your units in like solo because then you just get eaten up. Try to wait for my dudes to get in formation. Let's fast forward a little bit. All right, now we're sending his dire wolves. which is fine because, again, they're going to be alone. I'll just go ahead and rotate again. They're going to start attacking over here, which is fine. We'll double team them, triple team them. All right, let's get my Vargulf in there. Okay, it looks like some of their dudes are going to start engaging now. I want to get my Lord up and 1v1 this dude. They're leaving a lot of their army on the side there, which is fine. I'll just take out who comes to me. Get my direwolves attacking their direwolves. We don't want to be double teamed over there. A little bit worried about my skeletons on the right. Let's get my bats helping. Now they're pushing forward. All right, we got to get some dudes backing these guys up. Let's get some guys flanking on the side over here. That'll be helpful. My zombies to come in there, my crypt ghouls. Just overwhelm them with numbers. We want to get a flanking force too. Try to get these guys over here on the other side. Where do we need backup? All right, these guys need some backup here. So I'm going to try to get them attacked. These guys also need some backup. Let's get them to help out. My Lord is going to solo their Lord. Pop another Spirit Leech on him. Take his life down. There we go. Maybe get my bats in there to help out too. Distract them a little bit. We're going to get some flanking going on. Attack them from behind to get a way bigger damage bonus. So we got some dudes coming around the side now. Probably taking some time. We're doing okay in this engagement. It's kind of evenly matched. Maybe they have a slight advantage. They're starting to waver, as you can see here. The flags are flashing. All right, how's my Lord doing? He's like getting attacked a little bit here. A little worried about my Lord. Looks like our right side is pretty much taking them out, so we can go ahead and flank behind. These guys have arrived at the flank, so we can go in the back, attack them from behind. I want to make sure I really attack their Lord, so I'm going to get them flanked too. So now, as you can see, we've completely surrounded them. This is how you want to use your units that are very cheap but plentiful. You can get your whole enemy army surrounded and they will just die really fast. See, they're just dropping left and right now. I killed their Lord. This should pretty much be it. There it is. First battle won. All right, that wasn't too bad. What do you think? How do you guys think about that battle? We're going to want to, of course, take the territory so we can build up our base. The enemy Lord was killed in battle, which is good. It's like our Lord leveled up. I like giving him the hunger, passive regeneration, so it keeps him alive. But we're on turn 5 now. Looks like in one more turn I'll be able to recruit some Graveguard, which is going to be pretty big. We've got this castle over here I want to take. I'm not sure how much garrison they have, though. Doesn't look like a lot. I might be able to take them on. They've got a 7 out of 10 army. I mean, I could risk it. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be able to win, though. I could wait a little while, but the more I wait, the stronger he's going to get. I want to get some Graveguards. I feel much more confident if I were to do that. All right, this should be good. First Dwarf versus Greenskin battle. Let's go ahead and spectate.
All right. I usually like to play it safe, but I know with the greenskins, they don't like to come in right away, so you gotta bait them. Guess we'll figure that out when the time comes. All right. Where are they gonna go? Or are they just gonna sit there? Probably just... Oh, they're coming actually. Okay. Nope, they're going for that dude. So I'm just gonna make a sandwich out of them pretty much.
I like that strategy. Try to surround them.
Oh, here they goes. Now I'm going to send them in when they are all up. Oh, nope. One of them's coming over here. Come on. Get a little closer. Okay, when these two armies come, I'm going to... Oh, they're coming back. Oh, nope, I don't want any part of that. I usually like to either send the army in just to rush the archers. Yes, archers, straight up. They're all retreating, it looks like. Well, he's pretty much dead. All right, we got our first victory, guys. What do you guys think of that battle? In the comment section below. What are you gonna do? All right.
So it looks like the enemy vampire army has moved from their capital over here in Castle Tempelhof to this little settlement of Waldenhof. Now that's good because Waldenhof doesn't have walls, but the problem is they've got a bigger garrison. Between their army of about 10 and then their garrison of about, another 10 or so, they've got a full 20 stack there. They got crypt ghouls, okay, that's not bad. Crypt horrors, a couple better units than what they had in other place. And if I really wanted to be ballsy, I could try to attack them. I really don't know if that's a good idea though, because they've got some stronger units than mine for sure, like the crypt ghouls and stuff, so I don't think it's a good idea to attack now. Alright, we got a random event here. What do we got? Nagash has been gone from the world for centuries, yet his legacy persists, and now a humble warlock approaches wishing to sell 2 artifacts said to contain the great necromancer's spirit. So we can either kill him and get some vampiric corruption in our provinces, or we can pay him 2,000 and we will get 3 vampiric corruption. Well, I don't really want to spend that right now, and 1 is good enough for me, so let's just slay the fool. So our brother Vlad von Karstein, he wants to have a non-aggression pact. We're not probably going to attack him until a little later. He's right over here, so we'll take it for now. We're going to focus on this other guy. we should now be able to recruit some soldiers that we've been waiting on. Graveguard particularly, we're going to want to spam the hell out of Graveguard because they are going to be so useful for us. I also want to craft a stable so I can start getting cavalries, but we're going to need to increase our main settlement building before we can do that. 5 more turns until surplus, which isn't too long. Until then, we're going to try to get some income. You always need more money, so I'm going to increase my gold mine size, 2,000 gold. That will pay off quite a bit later on. Instead of attacking these guys, they're attacking me. So I guess we're about to have a battle, guys. The funny thing is, we didn't get our Graveguard recruited yet, but we do have a fairly sizable army because of our garrison. And look at their army. They've got like half direwolves, half bats. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see.
Oh no, it's gonna be intense, guys. Like battles like this, like especially if they're like, so
Yeah.
I feel like those are the best battles. I like to do custom battles, like if I don't, and just cycle through that army like as many times as possible until you win.
Good way to practice.
This map is pretty cool looking. All right, third battle.
All right, I've got a main force here, mostly comprised of skeleton warriors. Got my lord in here. Also got my Vargolf monster and a couple units in the reserve. So I'm going to basically charge in, see who engages, support as necessary with these backline units, and I'm going to have a flanking force on the hill to the left over here. They've got a very interesting army composition, as you guys saw. They pretty much have a front line of direwolves and bats. I'm really not sure how this is going to work. Let's find out. They are going to try to flank us with their direwolves. I'm going to go ahead and send some of my skeletons to meet them. Here come the bats. Send some zombies in there. They're going to basically harass the crap out of me. Let's see how it goes. Try to spirit leech their lord. It's always a good idea to do that. We don't want to let our crypt ghouls get too damaged since they are very important to us. They're one of our elite unit. We do want them to flank. Maybe send them in after the lord with the zombies over here. See if I can get another spirit leech off on their lord. That's always helpful. Send these dudes into flank. Got some more guys that aren't doing very much. Gonna get flanked over here. I'm gonna probably want to actually help these guys out. We just wounded the lord, so that should break their leadership quite a bit. It looks like a lot of them are starting to crumble, which means we should have a win. There it is. I don't know how that was a close victory because I pretty much wiped the floor with them, but so if you guys ever want to do a front line of fellbats and skeletons, or rather fellbats and direwolves, I wouldn't recommend it. Although their direwolves ended up getting a lot of kills. Alright, what should we do with these guys? Should we return their captives? I don't like that. Should we murder them? I kind of like that. Or should we dominate the captives? I think I'm going to go ahead and murder them. That sounds good to me. Alright, he's running away like a little bitch. Look at that. We win. We got a power stone for our main character here. We got improved to their power reserve, so they'll be able to cast more winds of magic. That's good. I think we're going to call it an episode there. We had a couple exciting battles. We had a really strange army composition to go up against. I've never seen a front line of direwolves and bats before. That's another idea for you guys to try out, but if you like this series, please go ahead and like, maybe consider subscribing. I will put a link in the description to Awaken Moth's perspective, and we will be back soon with the next episode. Awaken Moth, go ahead and say goodbye.
See you later, guys.
Peace, guys.